Hi, welcome back to Gray the Gold Witch. Today we're doing a reading on, is this a good idea for you? And we're just going to be diving into that question, and whatever you ask, we're just going to see if it's a good idea. And I just want to remind you that you have free will, and take what resonates and leave the rest. We have 5 piles today. The first is opalite. The second is aventurine. The third is selenite. The fourth is carnelian. And the fifth is amethyst. So take a second, pause the video if you need to meditate on the piles, and I will see you in your reading. Hey, pile 1, if you chose this crystal, and this is your reading on, is this a good idea or not? So we're going to look at these tarot cards, and I'm going to give you as much information as possible on why Spirit feels this is or isn't a good idea. So let's get into it. The first card we have is 9 of Pentacles in reverse. The second card we have is the 2 of Wands in reverse. And the final card is Strength in reverse. So, pile 1, what Spirit's saying here is it's too soon to do this. And that if you go through with this now, you'll have a loss of independence, whether that be internally or externally with like financial matters. It could be emotional independence or self-sufficiency. But the bottom line is that rushing into this will lead to a loss of independence and self-reliance. And Spirit's saying that you are meant to plan for this, and it feels like you're kind of jumping into it with 2 feet, not really thinking about the results. And sometimes that's a good thing to do. Sometimes we're meant to just act on our intuition. But I'm seeing that this will make you lose confidence in yourself and not feel like you're making the right decisions. So I think your intuition's telling you to wait on this. And I'm seeing that with plans, with reflection on exactly how you want to go about this, you'll know what you want. Like I'm almost hearing like with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you really value your independence and the life you've made for yourself, and whatever you're asking about, you know isn't a good idea because you can feel you becoming too dependent on something else for your happiness or for your sufficiency, whatever it might be. And yeah, Spirit's coming in to say that I can tell you feel off about this. You felt kind of queasy in your stomach about doing this. And it's not a good idea simply because I don't think a lot of thought's been put into making this decision and how it could affect you on an emotional level. And I think you're meant to feel really confident in this choice before you go for it, and have planned how you'll handle the situation if X, Y, or Z happens. This is really knowing what you're taking a risk on, and you're just, I'm hearing, don't jump the gun. This is something that you want to be careful with, because I think that whatever this is, if you jump into it too soon, it'll take your power away from you. So let's look at these cards for more information. Repopulation in reverse, and body as a house in upright. Okay, I'm almost feeling like whatever this thing is going to need something from you, want something from you. and is going to take from you and not give anything in return. This is a taking situation that's going to drain your life force. And it's almost as though this person or thing or place needs nourishment, and they want to take from your inner reserves. And I'm seeing that this is going to deplete your life force and deplete your energy, and you have to rebuild yourself again. I think that you right now are in a good level of self-sufficiency and self-esteem, where you're feeling good about yourself and who you are in this world. And it almost feels like you've painted in this, or you've written in chalk all over this sidewalk of your life, and this person's going to pour water on it intentionally, like to make the chalk go away. That's the metaphor Spirit's giving me. I'm hearing in whatever the situation is, beggars can't be choosers. And I think that relates to the other party. And your main prerogative and main focus needs to be that your self-sufficiency hasn't changed, that you haven't given away your power. And that's what you need to focus on the most if you entertain or communicate with this idea or this thing, is that you need to stay in your power and not come off your pedestal for anyone. And focus on your independence and self-reliance. And if you feel that being jeopardized, move away from the situation. So these are our Angel's Advice cards. And this is really just meant to affirm what I've been talking about and give us any extra information if we need it. Okay, one more, Spirit. Okay. Success and remain positive. So I'm seeing that if you can focus on your self-esteem, make sure you have the proper boundaries in place for this thing, then it won't affect your confidence. This is something that you really just have to focus on your independence and self-reliance, and know that no matter what happens in this situation, your worth doesn't change. This person has no indication of your worth. If you remain positive and trust in your independence and how far you've come, and make your confidence and independence your prerogative, then I think that this could be a positive thing. I think it could be a good idea, but it's a lack of planning, a lack of thinking these things through, that I'm seeing that you could slip up and maybe give away your independence or power. But I'm seeing if you create this, or if you maintain this independence and focus on what you can control and what matters to you, and don't let anyone change your thoughts, beliefs, or opinions, or tell you yours are wrong. Have those boundaries. This could be positive. This could be a really good thing. So I'm going to use, if for some people, I'm thinking this is romantic, so I'm using these. Take this if it resonates for you. If it doesn't, leave it. I know that this could be numerous situations. So for pile 1, okay, so we have let your friends help you and ask for and accept support from others. I think you have people in your life you can ask opinion about this, and they will give you supportive advice. You have people who love you and want the best for you, and will talk you through this and support you and show you how to stand up for yourself and what you deserve. And I think there's some hype people around you, like hype men around you, who will really remind you of your power and not to let anyone come in the way of that. So to close, I have a couple of decks I want to use. This is a shorter reading, but it's pretty, I knew it would be short. It's very to the point. So we're going to look at these Angel Whispers cards, and then we're going to look at the Self-Forgiveness Oracle deck, Love Your Ego edition, which I saw Esoterra use. Like, she uses it a lot, and I like always feel like those cards apply directly to my situation. So shout out to her for showing me this deck. And also she showed me, or her videos, I found this deck. So that's cool. Okay. For pile 1 of 2 cards, Comfort and Joy. As long as you focus on your joy and making yourself happy and not projecting your worth onto other people, you're going to be fine. Or things. Take it as it resonates. And I'm seeing that the spiritual realm is very involved in this with you and will be by your side throughout this process. And you can really trust that what's meant to happen will happen. And I'm also hearing you've made massive strides in your self-development and in learning how to take care of yourself. And forgiveness will be huge of yourself and others for this next step. And you're just meant to keep your independence and meant to keep your confidence. And if you feel that suffering because of this, then it's not a good idea. Okay. So, what is the final message for pile 1? I forgive myself for creating confusion by adjusting my vision to reflect what others want to experience through me. That is literally what this whole reading was about, was giving away your independence. I choose to believe that when I make my vision my own, I invite others to clarify their desire and seek its fulfillment independently. Yeah. This is making sure you don't merge with whatever this is and focus on their desires and opinions over your own. You're meant to keep that independence and keep your vision rather than adjusting it for other people. So maintain your vision and you'll be golden, pile 1. So yeah, this is what I'm getting for you. It was an honor to read for you. This reading was really cool and I'm excited to see what the other piles say. So yes, this is all I have for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my readings, and I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye. Hey, pile 2, if you chose this beautiful crystal, and this is your reading on, is this a good idea? So we're going to look at these tarot cards and see what they have to say about this idea and go from there. And right when I was tapping into your energy, I really felt it was interesting because I normally, when I channel specific songs, but for you, I was channeling music, like an orchestra, but no song that I could identify. So maybe you're having a hard time identifying what this is, and you could love music. I think you do. So let's look at the cards. First card we have is the 9 of Swords in reverse. The second card we have is Mother of Cups. And the third card we have is the 5 of Pentacles. I'm hearing immediately get out of your own way, pile 2. I think you have some anxiety about this thing. And I think it's really hard for you to know if this is a good idea or not, because I think you've looked at every angle of it and still are having a hard time making a decision. But I'm seeing with the Mother of Cups here, you're going to walk forward in whatever way you were meant to. And you don't need to fear this, and just believe, be confident in the next step you're taking. With this 5 of Pentacles, I'm seeing you've seen things in a new perspective. I've never seen this card before this way, but this is really reminding me of the Beauty and the Beast flower and being left out in the cold being isolated, but there's still being hope that this could change, that things could work out. That if you act from the goodness of your soul, if the other people act from the goodness of their soul, this could work out. I think you're having a lot of mental blocks, a lot of mental limitations here. And what I'm hearing is that you're meant to see your beauty, see your elegance, see how you've turned into this beautiful swan, and trust in this direction Spirit's taking you on. Because no matter what, you're going to be okay. And you get to choose what you fixate on, whether you focus on this anxiety of what could happen, what would happen if this XYZ happened. Instead, you're meant to look at the hope of what if this works out. You're meant to find more hope in this. I think you're focusing on a glass half empty rather than a glass half full perspective. And Spirit's saying you deserve more peace in this situation and a trust that whatever will be transformative for you. Whatever will be is a part of your soul's path and destiny and will lead to good. And Spirit's saying there's more magic here than meets the eye, and you're not meant to fall on cynicism. You're meant to go through this adventure with trust. This is an aventurine stone. I didn't even say that, I think, when I introduced this pile. But that reiterates you are meant to go on this adventure, and you choose what perspective you have, if you focus on the bad or you focus on the hope. And you're meant to focus on the hope. I mean, yeah. So next we're going to look at some Iris Oracle cards. I love the name Iris. Okay. The one who hides the sun. I think in the past, when you've had experience with this thing that you're going down, it hurt you or felt negative. And I think it hurt your confidence. Oh, Spirit, why is this card here? I'm hearing that there were events out of your control that led to negative consequences. And I'm hearing that it wasn't time for you to know all the answers and have this figured out. And what I'm seeing with the one who hides the sun in reverse is that the sun's coming out. And the truth is being revealed. And I'm seeing you wanted things to go one direction. You had results that you wanted to happen, but Spirit intervened, and this is happening in the way it's supposed to rather than the way you wanted. But I'm seeing you be thankful for how it works out. There's some song called Meant to Be with like Baby Rexa. That's what I'm hearing right now. You guys also need to get more sleep. I think I'm feeling a tired energy from you. Okay. Yeah, divine intervention's happening here, and you're meant to trust in the fact that things could turn a corner and change. Okay, now we're gonna look at these Angel Whispers cards. I keep pulling these pink cards. Okay, we'll take them. So we have recovery, no, and remain positive. Spirit, why is this no card here? I think you're really scared of this new beginning, and you're really wanting to control what happens. And anytime you see any bad sign, you start to panic. And that's where this 9 of Swords energy is coming in. And you're meant to have a beginner's mindset at this and trust that there's a higher power that is overseeing this and working in the highest good of all. And I'm seeing with the No card that things you fear here aren't going to happen. And no matter what, you're on the right track. And with the remain positive, we were talking about either focusing on the glass half full or glass half empty, and you're meant to be optimistic here. And if this, whatever this thing was, needed recovery or needed help and healing, I'm seeing that coming in. Okay, so if this is a romantic interest, we're going to pull one of these cards, but if that doesn't resonate, just take what does. But I know there's a lot of different options here for what this could be for you. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. I'm seeing that there's more important things to focus on than love. And you're meant to look at the bigger picture and focus on self-sufficiency and trust that your career path's working out the way it's meant to. And the Spirit has a larger plan for whatever's happening and unfolding in your life, and it's better than you could imagine. So we're going to look at the Angel Whispers cards now for pile 2. Truth and infinite potential. You're meant to trust that this has room to grow and focus on the logic of this. Focus on the truth and the facts that are in front of you rather than just your feelings. And I'm seeing you have a lot of room to discover more things in this situation. And I'm hearing if things are difficult, there's just a lot on your plate and on this thing's plate, and things are coming into alignment when they're meant to. And you're meant to open your heart to this. Both of these cards have heart activations. You're meant to open your heart to this and trust that whatever will be transformative. Okay, so to close, we're going to look at the ego cards. What card does pile 2 need here? Oh my God. I forgive myself for attempting to draw conclusions based on the incomplete truths available to me now. I choose to believe that when I wait patiently without drawing premature conclusions, I allow myself to be swiftly moved to what is meant for me next. The Fool. This is also the Fool card. Control seeker. Yeah, you want control over this situation. You wanted to have all the answers before you did. You had incomplete truths, and you're gaining a full truth, and it's just taking time. So whatever you thought of this, in the past it was a premature conclusion. And you're meant to just stay open to what's coming towards you and have a beginner's mindset and trust in spirit and where you're being led. So this is what I'm getting for you, pile 2. This was a beautiful message and very divine in its energy, and spirit's very much guiding your path. So yes, this is what I'm getting for you. It was an honor to read for you, pile 2. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and I'll see you in another reading. Take care. Bye. Hey, pile 3. If you chose the selenite block, then this is your reading on if this is a good idea for you. So whatever you ask, we're going to look at the cards and see if it's a good idea and why, and any other information you need. So the first card we have is the Ten of Swords. The second card we have is the Nine of Pentacles. And we have the Son of Swords in reverse. Pile 3, I'm seeing that this is a complex answer of if this is a good idea, because I'm seeing that whatever you're asking about is going to lead to some pain and heartbreak. And I think you're dealing with another situation that's very impulsive, very hot and cold, very difficult to work with. And the reason that this is a good idea in some ways is it's going to make you more self-sufficient, more independent, more self-reliant. But it's going to hurt. It's going to sting. So this is you really want this to be a yes. You want this to be a good idea for you. But I'm seeing that this is going to really wear you down, whatever this is, and force you to turn a new page, turn a new leaf. And this thing that you leave is going to be upset when you decide not to go through with it anymore. And they're going to be brash, and I think that they don't really think before they act, so they're going to do things that really hurt you during this process, whether this is a person, a place, or a thing. But what I'm seeing is the result of going through this is going to be your self-sufficiency, independence, and a really beautiful life that you carve out for yourself. But I'm really drawn to the fact that this is in color and these are black and white. I just think that this person very much or place or thing, institution, its foundation is black and white thinking, all or nothing thinking. And I think that has made you feel that way about this situation. And I'm hearing that this situation's duplicit. I just think that there's an energy of betrayal here and an energy of war. And it's going to make you really fight for yourself and fight for your independence and happiness, but it's almost like Spirit saying you don't have to go through all of this to have this independence, and you can learn your lesson without this around you. So I want to see what Spirit recommends for you. Okay. Afraid of the attic. I think you're afraid to really face this because you know what you find when you really look at this in that face. Or for what it is, it's really going to be clear that it's not serving you. So I think you're kind of avoiding looking at this directly and just hoping that your intuition is off and that this could be good. And around the corner from this is this self-reliance and fighting for yourself, but I see a bottomless hit before that happens. So I want to see what the Angel Whispers cards have. Don't be afraid to look at this for all it is. Just stare it straight. Like, the way to get through this is to stare directly at what this is. So we have wait and don't stop. Interesting. I'm hearing don't stop fighting for yourself. Don't stop doing the things that serve you and make you feel good about yourself. I think you're meant to find a way to, regardless of what's happening with this difficult energy, you're meant to find this self-reliance now and continue working for it. And with weight, I'm seeing you'll know when you need to act and when you need to move forward for yourself. And I want to clarify it just because I don't want to, I feel like I'm hitting a dead end with that energy. You'll know when it's time for you to make a move, to act for yourself, to really fight for your, like, you will know when that passion is back in your life that's telling you what direction you need to go in. So don't feel you have to choose. I feel like maybe the reason you're wanting or considering this thing is because you feel a lack of passion in your life and you feel like this might be the best you can do, but Spirit's saying you can be much more happier and have a much more fulfilling, satisfying life. So wait for this passion to come in and continue working for it in whatever way you can. And don't try to distract yourself with whatever this negative energy is. So for those of you that this is a romantic situation, we'll look at these cards, but take it as it resonates for you, because I know this is a lot of different situations. This is a tricky, if this is a romantic situation you're asking about, it's a tricky one. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. This is definitely a karmic lesson if this is a relationship, and it's a karmic lesson regardless. And I just see that your values are just completely incompatible at the base level. So this has nothing to do with you, it has to do with your core values. So to close, we're going to look at the angel cards. Okay. Infinite potential. You're being reminded that you can have whatever you want in your life, and you have endless possibilities for your life, and you're not meant to settle for something just because it feels like the next best option or like the best option you see right now. If it doesn't feel like the best option you could have, or like the happiest option, or the option that would treat you the best, wait till you find that, because it will come, and that passion will come. And I'm seeing you're just meant to trust and have faith in this, and trust that whatever is aligned with your value system will come in. And you can trust that Spirit's leading you on the right path. So the last card we're going to look at is this Self-Forgiveness Oracle deck. Esoterra uses it, and I always find it really helpful when I'm listening to her readings. So I recommend her if you haven't seen her. So for pile 3, what is their ego lesson? What is the self-forgiveness they need to have? It's kind of tricky coming out. I forgive myself for resisting my need to sit in stillness to process both my past and my present. I choose to believe that when I acknowledge my fear of not being able to adequately provide, I enable myself to access and receive support as necessary. I think you have a fear of survival that's making you feel like you might need to rely on this thing, and that's not true. And you have other avenues of support that will empower you and support you. And you're seeking security, and that's important, but Spirit's just warning you of a road that might not be the best to go down for you. So yes, pile 3, this is what I'm getting for you. It was an honor to read for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my readings, and I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye. Hey, pile 4, if you chose this stone, then this is your reading on if this is a good idea for you. So what I want to say off the bat is that when I tapped into your energy, I felt way more energized and like uplifted and hopeful than I had before. So I just want to say that this energy is coming through is very positive, regardless of if this is a good idea or not for you. I really feel that you are on the right path. So pile 4, is this a good idea? You have the 8 of Cups, We have the Hermit. We have the Devil in reverse. Oh, you are a very powerful energy, Pile 4. You have a flame that you live by. That's probably why you were attracted to this orange stone. And anything that doesn't align with that flame, you know to cut it out. You know it doesn't align. You can just feel it intuitively, so you cut it out. There's something here that just wasn't fully satisfying you. It wasn't giving you the 8 of Cups happiness. And you knew that your happiness lay elsewhere. And Spirit's saying, yes, whatever this is that you're walking away from, whatever this is that you're leaving behind, this is a good decision, because it's leading you to really trust your intuition, trust where your feet are walking, and have a confidence in where you're headed. I think you've really been obsessing over if this is a good idea or not, but I'm just hearing that you are meant to be focused on yourself right now and what's best for your long-term goals. And I think you really live by this fire. And if you're not feeling this fire towards this thing anymore, it's meant to go. And I think you can identify that fire within you, and if you feel it in this situation or not. And even if you've never considered this in those terms, if you try and feel this fire, if you feel this fire and then you try and feel it for this thing, you'll realize it's not there. And this isn't giving you the satisfaction you need. It's not aligned anymore. And I think leaving this thing will really relieve you and make you happy, and also really contribute to your character and allow you to see things, really trust your convictions, own who you are, and act with integrity. This is very much you rising in your power through leaving this thing behind. So, wow, yeah, powerful. So we're going to look at the Iris Oracle deck now for additional information. Okay. Rainbow Transference. I'm really seeing, oh my gosh, so these cards are really dark. And I'm seeing you're meant to go towards this light, into this happiness, and it's clearly not with this thing. And I think you've just grown past it, and it's time to move on. And it might have helped you at one point, but it's not aligned anymore. And with these 2 hands here, I'm really seeing you're protected and that things will work out. And you're this beautiful person who shouldn't limit or settle for what you think the best you think you can get, because you can get better. And yeah, this is very lovely. I see 5 new avenues for you to go down. You just have options, I think is what Spirit's trying to say. And following this flame is the right decision. So yes, this is a very good idea. And you will be blessed for this. So you're meant to have more confidence in where you're headed, and try not to obsess or mentally get too in your thoughts about this idea. Just act off of instinct. So we're going to look at the Angel's Whispers cards now. We have forgiveness and recovery. I think whatever this is, it's really going to strengthen whatever you're leaving behind. It's really going to help you become a better version of yourself. And I also see that whatever this is, you will come to forgive these people for whatever, or this situation for whatever it was, for not treating you as good as it could have. And it will also forgive you for choosing yourself. And basically, I'm just seeing a peace in the situation, a peace in the cutting of ties. And I see this really eating you in healing and trusting yourself, and trusting in the fact that you can take care of yourself and provide for yourself, and you put yourself first. So whatever this is, I really see it's in your best interest to choose yourself, and whoever you're worried about upsetting, you won't upset. In the long run, they'll understand. And I see this will really just add to your confidence and self-assuredness in your path. So if this has anything to do with romance or not, I'm going to use this romance deck. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But these messages have been helpful so far in the reading. Okay, for pile 4. Okay. 2 for you guys, that's the first. We have wedding. And very soon. Whoa. I'm hearing you have to leave whatever this is behind to find the long-term happiness you want, regardless of if this is romantic or if this is career-wise or just like your life path. Something very substantial and life-changing is coming in, and you have to leave this behind to be receptive to this. And you're just meant to trust that the path your fire is leading you down is the right one. And yeah, just trust that fire in your gut and walk away from what's cold, go towards what's warm. And this is going to have lasting fulfillment in your life. You can trust this path. Something very long-term security-wise is coming in for you. Something that you will be very happy about and will add a lot of color into your life. So we're going to look at the Angels Whispers cards now for any wisdom from the angels. We have blessing and receptivity. Oh my gosh, yes. So Taylor Swift talks about like you can only carry so much and everything you lose is a step you take. And she talks about how you have to leave some things behind to move forward on your journey. She's a wise woman. And I'm seeing that when you let go of this thing, you'll be receptive and open to a new blessing. And this is just very clear that whatever you feel, I can tell you were tired of this thing. You are ready to leave it behind. And something way more beautiful is like right on the horizon for you. And I think you intuitively feel that. And you just feel as though this is a risk, but I can see it's a risk worth taking. This is a very good idea. And something very beautiful is coming in. You just have to be open to receive it. And I think it's going to make you very emotional to see the beauty and fulfillment that comes into your life by choosing yourself and fighting for yourself. So we're going to look at the Self-Forgiveness Oracle deck now for any final messages for you. No, that one just came right on out. I forgive myself for feeling as though I may be selfish should I pursue something that is solely mine. I choose to believe that when I give myself permission to explore what is important to me, I invite others to explore more of what brings them fulfillment as well. Yeah, there's something I think you might feel guilty about pursuing, or something you feel guilty about leaving behind because it feels like other people will be affected or hurt by it or angry, but you're meant to explore what brings you fulfillment so others can do the same too. And this is a blessing in disguise for everyone involved in this situation. And you're meant to move forward towards your purpose, and you can't take care of everyone. And I'm seeing that the main focus you're meant to have is on yourself, and that whatever this is that you're bringing in is like a tree. It will continue to grow and be strong in itself and strong in your life. This isn't some blessing in the wind. This is something concrete that will stay with you for a long time. And I'm seeing that this fire inside of you draws you to what's important to you. And you're meant to trust that. And even these suns right here are just radiating. And these women in both cards are putting their hands up to touch the sun. And I think you're just meant to follow your sun, follow your warmth. Do what feels right. And yeah, I really see this going great for you. So just do what feels right and what feels warm. This is all I'm getting for you, Pile 4. It's an honor to read for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my readings, and I'll see you in another video. Take care. Bye. Hey, Pile 5, if you chose this amethyst angel, then this is your reading on if this is a good idea for you. So, oh, I love that my ring matches this crystal. That's fun. Okay, so we're going to look at these cards to see if this is a good idea for you. For some reason, I feel really nervous. So I don't know if I'm picking up on your energy or just maybe this is a question you have a lot of emotion tied into. So let's look. The 8 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the 6 of Swords. I promise you, I literally did not pick these cards. This is what came out. And what's crazy is I really felt like this was my pile too. And I had something really weighing on my heart. And the fact that these cards are so positive, I just feel like kind of like I'm going to explode. Because what the I'm going to have to bleep that out. Okay. Pile 5. Let me get back into this. Yes. Whatever you want. It's a really good idea to work on this and to grow with this and to see where this goes. And this is something that I think you really care about, and it brings you a lot of happiness. And my Mona's saying hi right now, which maybe that's her agreeing. This will really bring you long-lasting emotional fulfillment. And I'm hearing Leave the Door Open by Bruno Mars. Whether this be a work project, wanting to move somewhere, a relationship, getting to just, this is something that you think would bring you a lot of joy, but you just want to confirm it. Yes, it will. And this will be very healing. And really, I think these rainbow cards, all of these cards have rainbow in them. Even this spider weaving their web. I see this is something that's really worth your time and energy and will make you very happy in the long run. And you have nothing to fear with this. You're just meant to ride the wave and trust that things are working out the way they're meant to. And I just see everything has its place and its time, and you're just meant to trust in the rhythm that this goes down in, the rhythm that this happens in. I can't believe it. I can't believe how positive this read. This is probably the most positive spread out of all the piles today. So this is like a dream coming true, really. And I'm just so happy for you and so excited that this is the case. And it's a very good idea, and you should run for it and really be excited about this and just feel all of the hope possible, because you're meant to. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to look at these cards, the Iris Oracle. What does Pile 5 need to hear? I also I had a very strong intuitive nudge that I was supposed to do a Pile 5 today. I normally don't do Pile 5s unless I really feel strongly like I meant to. And I'm really glad I did, because this is beautiful. The sword. I think this is a situation you have to act on. But I'm seeing with 77 that Spirit's right behind you in whatever you're doing. And you're really paving the way for your life. But this is an example of free will. Like, you have to act for this to come. And I just see that you're using your sword to fight for good and fight for beauty. And it's coming in for you. This is like the rainbow after the storm. And you're meant to have faith in what you want, because it's really meant to come in. And yeah, it just feels like you're very protected right now. And Love Grows Love is on the back of the deck too. Whatever you're trying to grow, whatever you want in your life, you're just meant to stop looking at it in fear and look at it with love. Whatever you are seeking is seeking you too, so you're meant to look at it with love. Okay. So we're going to look at the Angel Whispers cards now for any other information for you. Okay. I'm going to fly out. We have big happy changes. If you've been to any of my readings recently or watched any of my readings and this card came out, that's double confirmation. Those readings are connected to this reading. I'm very sure of that at this moment. And, forgiveness. Okay, so whatever this is, you might have to forgive yourself and forgive others, or forgive just maybe even your higher power for the road that it took to get here. There's some forgiveness that needs to be done, whether it be with yourself, others, or take it how it resonates. But the more you can forgive others, the more you can forgive yourself. And I'm seeing that you might be projecting some anger onto some people because of anger that you feel towards yourself, or vice versa. You might be angry at other people, but directing it towards yourself, and you're meant to work on forgiving this. So I'm just hearing that this will give you a ton of relief and happiness, and you're allowed to let go and forgive, regardless of societal pressure, regardless of anything. Like, you're allowed to forgive yourself and forgive to bring this love into your life. So we're going to look at the romance cards. If this is romantic, take it as it resonates for you, because this could be so many different things for so many different people, but I've been using these cards in every pile. So for pile 5, any info, finances and career. So for some, like for a lot of us, I think this is beautiful changes happening in our career, and regardless of what you're asking about, Spirit's also wanting to bring in that your finances and career will be abundant and happy, and you're meant to trust in the path you're going down, and it's going to lead to satisfaction with your career and happiness with just where you're at and what's going on in your life. So let's look at the Angels Oracle cards, pile 5. Yeah, the fact an angel's here too, you're just very divinely protected in this path. Higher thought. I think you're meant to see this from a higher perspective, because I don't think that the path here was like the easiest to get to this. And Spirit's being so positive because maybe in the past you thought things were looking a different way with this, and you needed this push to give this a new perspective. And I really see you're meant to come at this with a beginner's mindset and trust that things have shifted, and you were meant to learn other lessons before this came through. And I see when you look at it from this bigger perspective, when you see the forest for the trees, you'll realize why everything happened the way it did and why it needed to go the way it has. And I think you'll feel a lot of beauty and gratitude to this earth and to the world for bringing you to the moment you're at now. So we're going to look at the ego cards for any advice for you. Oh my gosh. So maybe your ego is kind of active in this thing. Okay. I forgive myself for expecting others to carry out the experiences I feel would bring me joy. I choose to believe that each individual holds a unique energetic signature they were born to embody, and I best support them by holding space patiently and without expectation. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think that maybe there were moving parts in this and other people that had to come or had to align with this too for it to come together. And I think you surrendering to the fact that everything's happened the way it's meant to. And this is like the higher thought that is being referenced in this card. Everyone has a unique energetic signature they were born to embody, and you best support them by holding space patiently and without expectation. And I'm just seeing that you have this energetic signature you embody, and you're meant to trust in it and trust that this is the path you're meant to go down. And you felt that from the beginning. I just think that there were obstacles in the way of getting there. So to close, I want to pull some tea leaf fortune cards for you. I'm just feeling called to do that. This reading's been pretty straight to the point, and I just feel like there might be a message in here. Oh my god. New sunrise and sun came out. Come on. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start, happiness and well-being. Arrow. You're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Flowers, happiness. Chair empty. Staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times. Pig, beware of greed. You were on the right path. You were headed for some beautiful stuff. And I think that maybe in the past someone left your life or something left your life that you didn't think would, or you didn't want to, but you've been taken care of in difficult times, and you're meant to just be grateful for every second you have and not feel like you deserve to take more from this situation or feel like you are owed more, but just be thankful for what you have and know that what you have is enough, and you're well provided for and well taken care of, and you're gonna happiness comes through so much here and a fresh start. So yeah, I think that this ego card also kind of references greed, and I just think that you're meant to be reasonable with what you expect out of people and places and things around you, and just live in this abundance mindset rather than this lack mindset, because I see you have a beautiful heart, and when you fall into this lack mindset, it's just out of fear. And when you fall into this, it's simple. When you focus on love and happiness, you have this abundance mindset. So yes, Pile 5, this is what I'm getting for you. It was an honor to read for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and I'll see you in another reading. Take care. Bye.